What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this community isn't too bad when it comes to this channel, right? When you come to this channel for Xdefiant, it seems people in the comment section are fantastic people. Very, optimistic about the future of this game, being realistic about the game as well, seeing that, yes, there are problems and they need to be addressed, but they also at the same time know that the developers have addressed these things and they've talked about, people on this channel think logically, and I appreciate that. I love that. But man, oh man, are there some very strange individuals out there who play Xdefiant still. Guys, I have a post that I saw on Reddit that I'm going to be showcasing to you guys today that just absolutely blew me away when I read it. And I can't believe that people really stoop to this level when it comes to a game like this. Guys, before we hop in, if you do enjoy what you hear today, don't forget, subscribe and hit that bell. We post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern Time. And, of course, if you guys want to check out my live stream, I'll be live probably around 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time today over on Twitch. So, by all means, tune to the stream. I got a link to that channel down in the description of this video. And we also host open lobbies over there. So, if you want to hop in, squad up with all of us, by all means, you're always welcome to do so. But, ladies and gentlemen, this post on Reddit just, like I said, it's something else. Blocking people stops you from matching with them. For the last 4 days, I've been blocking everyone who abuses the movement. And now I'm starting to have fun, balanced games, when sometimes I do good, other times I don't. But even my bad games, I still go positive with a lot of support and OBJ points. Highly recommend all other casuals to try this for a few days and see the difference. Guys, oh boy, I don't even know where to begin on this. I mean, first and foremost, I'm sorry to tell it to you, buddy, but that's just no skill-based matchmaking. That's quite literally the whole purpose of no skill-based matchmaking. You get a variety of matches. Sometimes you sweat, sometimes you don't. You might hop on a Friday night and it's nothing but people b-hopping all day, every day. But maybe you hop on Saturday early in the morning and it's a bunch of casuals and you can't find anything but casuals. And then midday, a bunch of sweats hop on, and then late night... That's literally no skill-based matchmaking. I don't know what to tell you, and like I said, people like this, to me personally, it screams to the top of the mountains that they want skill-based matchmaking in this game. Like, seriously, go back to COD. That's all you gotta do. Go back to any other game that implements skill-based matchmaking or EOMM into the mix, if that's what you want to do here. Because, I mean, if we're going to be honest here, that's basically what they're doing. They're sitting here blocking player after player after player after player with hopes that eventually their lobbies will balance out. But if you think about it, if this were to actually work, then all the other players that this person is stomping out are going to block him. And they're going to block him again and block him again and block him again, basically slowly forcing him back into the sweat. You see how absolutely stupid this sounds? There's literally zero logic to what this individual is doing here. And it's just like, at the end of the day, get better. Get better or leave the game. Because this system, I'm sorry to break it to you, isn't going to work. And funny enough, when it comes to the blocking system, this is already completely debunked. So this person is an imbecile at this point. It's hilarious, man, because the only way this feature would work when you go ahead and block people is if the other person goes ahead and blocks you too. So basically, if you find someone who's too sweaty for you and you can't handle it, you would have to specifically message them and say, hey man, I don't want to verse you anymore. Mind blocking me? And they would have to go out of their way to block you back. And then at that point, yes, you won't get into any more lobbies. But if you are just specifically doing it to other opponents, you're doing nothing. Nothing is being done here. The only thing that's being done is that you can't contact this individual and they can't contact you. But getting into the same game with them is not impossible and will indeed happen. And guess what? Guess frickin' what? It just further proves that this is just the joys of no skill-based matchmaking. People are just so pathetic nowadays. I gotta be honest, they're pathetic. This is such a loser mentality. Absolutely a loser mentality. Again, like I said before, this screams skill-based matchmaking. Call of Duty has done so much damage to the general player base who enjoys these type of FPS games. I don't even know if we can be, redeemed. I don't know if anything could be repaired. I feel like some people are literally just completely, permanently destroyed from that era of gaming. Once freaking Modern Warfare 2019 dropped, I mean, everything changed. People have been having their hand held year after year after year. Nobody has actually had to been thrown into the pit and just say, go at it. If you get whooped, guess what? You get whooped. If you get a good game, guess what? It's because you learned something and you're performing better. But nobody has actually had to do that in ages now, because EOMM makes sure that it literally distributes your matches to make you addicted like a freaking casino. It puts you into games when it knows you're doing too well to slow you down a bit, but it will also give you that adrenaline rush. It's going to give you that fix by throwing in a match or two every so often to make sure you can pub stomp and get some crazy gameplays and go ahead and get some streaks to get that adrenaline back up so you can go ahead and grind through another 10 horrible matches that are going to be hyper competitive, because, you're not going to be able to grind those out if you don't get hand-fed a few good ones, right? If you're constantly getting whooped, they're not going to, you're just going to get off the game. But that's the thing, they don't. They hand-pick the matches, the lobbies for you. They want you addicted to the cycle instead of being addicted to wanting to just simply improve at the game. One of my favorite things about Xdefiant is literally seeing myself improve. And I notice that when I do get into lobbies, because this game is supposed to have, non-disbanding lobbies. You're supposed to be able to stay in the same game. And I do notice that from time to time. If I stick in the same lobby and I don't leave and I only have one game mode selected, it does sometimes work properly, but I think it's bugged to where it's not consistent. But, it happens quite frequently when I play solo. And when I get whooped, I never sit here and just, I might get angry about it. I might get salty or something, because who wants to get destroyed? But I'm not backing out, I still find myself staying and staying again and staying again and staying again, because I want to improve, Even though I'm getting whooped up, there's something that's going on that I can learn from, that I can improve from. And I enjoy that. It's my, honestly, I think it's for a lot of people, the addicting factor of Xdefiant. Seeing yourself slowly yet surely become better and better and better within the matches to where you are consistently topping leaderboards and getting more frags than other opponents. Because again, you have the knowledge that there's no skill-based matchmaking. None. So when you do start consistently stomping lobbies, that says a lot about what type of player you are. There is no algorithm out here trying to completely dictate, what's going on here. It tries to find the best connection, what platform you're on, and how many people are in your party. And then when it finds all those people, then it has team balancing and it picks who should be on which team. That is literally it. And then how that system works is it goes by skill rating. So basically when it is team balancing, it's going by who has the highest skill rating. And then, they trickle them off team by team to make sure it's all even across the board. That's why I always say skill rating is extremely important, especially, when it comes to who's on your team or what team that you are on when it comes to these matches, especially playing solo. But please, 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 if you think like this individual, stop it right now. I'm begging you. Again, you are in a game with no skill-based matchmaking. If you are truly a casual, you don't have to block every opponent. Again, that is literally a mindset for people who are trying to intentionally keep up with every single game, who know or have an ego that they are the best in the game, and they don't want to be outbeat by anybody else. A true casual would not give a crap. In a game with skill-based matchmaking, there's problems. But in a game with no skill-based matchmaking, it's literally as simple as leaving the game and joining a new one to see if you can get more casual people on your team or on the enemy team. That's all you gotta do. But blocking people, to me personally, just proves in a game with no skill-based matchmaking that you just want to be the best player. And you are just getting tired of getting outplayed, and you can't handle the fact that there are indeed players out there who are better than you. So that's just the mentality I get from this. And guys, please, for the love of God, if you are like this, just go to a game with skill-based matchmaking, because that is literally all you're asking for. That's all you're asking for. Doing this, like I said in the beginning of this video, is the equivalent of literally having a skill-based matchmaking system in the game, especially when you have both parties constantly blocking. Again, imagine this person blocking 20, 30, 40, 50 plus people, 100 plus people, and then he does at some point, like the system actually does work how he wants it to, where, whoever you block, you don't play with, which that's not how it works. But in this, magical world, this fairy tale world, if that's, how it's turning out, then, it just doesn't make any sense. Because yes, this individual would eventually be able to get into more casual lobbies because they're blocking all these sweats. But then they're going to be stomping out a bunch of people, and those people aren't going to be happy, which means they're going to be blocking this individual, which will force them back into just some limbo. Like, it's not logical. Just drop it and go to a game with skill-based matchmaking. But, ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern Time. And if you guys want to check out my live streams, I'm going to be live today over on Twitch between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. By all means, you can find a link to that channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace out.